Hello students, welcome to today's lecture on data structures. In our previous class, we have discussed about some basic sorting techniques such as selection sort, insertion sort, and bubble sort, for which the worst case time complexity and average time complexity is big O of n square. And today we'll focus on another sorting technique, merge sort, which is actually a better sorting algorithm compared to the previous three algorithms. Okay. Now, we all know about this divide and conquer method. We saw this in binary search algorithm. Again, Mergesort also makes use of this divide and conquer approach. Therefore, you need to understand what is that divide and conquer. It's a algorithmic technique which solves large problems by dividing the large problems into smaller problems and then solving the smaller problems, finally merging the solution of smaller problems to get back to the single solution for the original large problem. So there are always two major steps in divide and conquer approach. Divide that large problem into smaller problem and then solve those smaller problems. Finally, combine those smaller problems into a single solution, which is a solution for the original large problem. So this is the divide and conquer methodology, a powerful algorithmic technique to solve large problems. So MedSart makes use of this divide and conquer approach. It follows like this. In divide step, what it takes is it divides the array of elements into two equal or unequal halves. Sometimes may not be unequal equal halves. In conquer step, it recursively sort the two halves. That means there are two halves now. First half is sorted using MedSart. Second half is sorted using MedSart. And finally, these sorted two halves will be merged together to form the original sorted array. These are the steps used in MedSart algorithm, uh, and in a broad view. Okay, so if you look at a more detailed view, a pseudocode, let us say this is the algorithm. This is the array which we want to sort. L is the lowest index in the array, which is going to be 0. R is the last index of the array, that is right index, which is R. Generally, it's going to be size minus 1, n minus 1. So this condition makes sure that there is at least one element. Why we are checking this? If there is only one element, then it is already sorted. If array contains one element, it means that the array is already sorted. There is no need to sort it again. Then if this condition is met, if L is less than 0, that means, for example, R is 4 and L is 0, 0 less than 4, it says that there are 5 elements. If 0 is less than 0, that is only one element, the condition will be failed, then the algorithm stops. So we don't do anything if there are only one element in the array, one element in the array. If there are more elements in the array, then we perform merge sort to solve the problem. Okay, so this condition ensures that there are more than one element. Okay, then what we do? In step one, what we do is we find the index of middle element. Index of the middle element by using the formula L plus R by 2. L is the lower index and R is the higher index, that is right index, left index by 2. So this is the index of middle element. And then we call the merge sort algorithm. Merge sort algorithm is trying to sort the entire array. Okay, and now we are using the same function call. This is called recursion. Calling the same function within the function is called as recursion. So call the same function to sort the first half. How do you mention that the first half need to be sorted? We again pass the array name, comma, left index is same, comma, we send this middle index. So L to M is the array now, which we are passing to merge sort. We are not sending the entire array, we are sending the first half. Okay, so merge sort is called again for the first half, and then merge sort is called for the second half. How do you mention that second half? Starting from M plus 1 index up to the right index, it is going to be the second half. Okay, so we call the function mergesort by sending the array name comma m plus 1 comma r. This indicates that second half. Okay, so sort the first half, sort the second half, and then once the two halves are sorted, merge them by calling this function merge uh, to get the final sorted list. So in a broader view, this is the algorithm. So let us understand these steps, how this recursion is used, and how this merge actually performs the sorting of elements. Okay, so have a look at this picture. It will give you that broader view of merge sort. Let us say there are 7 elements in the array, uh, and then indexes starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even though they are not written, please assume the indexes also. And if you calculate the middle element index, the starting elements index, that is L, is 0, and the last elements index is 6, because there are 7 elements. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the last index. Okay, so how do you calculate middle index? L plus R by 2, that is 0 plus 6 by 2, that is at 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So here, so up to this M, it forms the first half, and starting from M plus 1, that is from here onwards, it forms the second half. Okay, so divided. Now we sort this first half. Let us forget about this, how it is going to sort now, but assume that this is sorted somehow. So you will get 2, 3, 6, 7, and also this is sorted somehow. You will get 4, 5, 8. Don't worry about how they are getting sorted. We will discuss about it later. For now, assume that this is sorted somehow using mergesort again. So you will get 2, 3, 6, 7, and this half is also sorted. You will get 4, 5, 8. Okay, and once you get these two sorted halves, you need to merge them to get the entire list. While merging, the actual sorting happens. So out of these two lists, you compare them. 2 is compared with 4 because 2 is the least element, you get it to here. And then because 2 is already stored here, you move to the next element. Again 3 will be compared with 4. 3 is least, so 3 comes over here. Again 6 is compared with 4. This time 4 is least, so 4 comes over here, and the pointer moves here. So 5 compared with 6, 5 is minimum, so 5 comes over here. 5 and then pointer moves over to 8. 8 is compared with 6, 6 is minimum, so 6 comes over here. Pointer moves to 7. 7 is compared with 8, 7 is least, 7 comes over here, and finally the remaining list will be copied as it is. So now you will get the sorted list. This is how merge occurs. This is where the actual sorting happens. Okay, so don't worry about this. Now you will understand everything once we go through a more detailed example. Okay, okay, have a look at this merge sort now, how it is implemented. So A is the array, low is the lowest index, high is the highest index. If low is less than high, that means we are making sure that there is at least one element in the array. Then we calculate that mid is equal to low plus high by 2. This mid is the index of middle element. And then we call the mergesort algorithm using recursion. We call the mergesort algorithm again. And then we pass array, comma, low to mid. Okay, so we are considering only first half. And then we call the mergesort algorithm again by using the second half elements, and finally we merge the entire list. This shows that A of low to mid is the first half, first sorted list, and A of mid plus 1 to high. If you know mid, you know mid plus 1 also. So mid plus 1 to high indicates the second sorted list. Okay, so A of low to mid is the first sorted list. A of mid plus 1 to high is the second sorted list. So we merge them into a single sorted list, A of low to high. Okay, right. Now understand this example properly. This is not a difficult thing to understand. It's very easy. Again, I'm considering an array of 6 elements here. In the first step, it is divided into two halves. How it is calculated? Use the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 plus 5 by 2 is 2. Okay, actually 2.5. So we'll consider it as 2. We'll take floor of it. So we consider 0, 1, 2 as the first half, 3 to 5 as the second half. Again, this is split with the help of MEDSAT recursion, because MEDSAT is applied on this also. Again, it is split 0, 1, 2 now. It is 0 plus 2 by 2, which gives you 1. So up to 1, it is first half, and remaining are second half. Again, this half is divided uh, into two elements, because there are two elements. You will get one element into the first half, another element into the second half. And now if you see, you cannot divide this further. So whenever you get single element, that means it is sorted. So 38 is sorted, 16 is also sorted. So you got two sorted sublists now. And then what you do, you will perform a merge operation on these two sorted lists. Okay, so when you merge these two, you will get a sorted list of these two elements. So that is 16 comma 38. Okay, so this list is sorted now. You got 16 comma 38, and 27 is single element only. Therefore this is also a sorted list. And now merge is applied on this and this. Okay, so 1638 is a sorted sublist, 27 is a sorted sublist. So apply merge on this. Then you will get 16, 27, 38. Of course, we will focus on how merging is done in the next slide. As of now, assume that they are getting merged into a single sorted list. So now if you see, this first half is sorted properly. Okay, so 38, 16, 27 is the first half. Now you got 16, 27, 38. Right? Then again, the same procedure is used to get back the second half's sorted list. There are three elements, divided, and this is again divided into two lists, because there are single elements, they are sorted, therefore they are merged together to form the sorted sublist. So 1239. So now this is sorted, and there is only one element over here, so this is also sorted. So these two gets merged to form the sorted sublist of the second half. So now first half is sorted, second half is sorted. Now perform a merge operation here. Okay, so after performing merge operation, you will get the sorted list. But actually, how this merge operation is done? To understand that, let us focus on this merge operation, because the major operation, the time complexity which is required in MEDSAT algorithm is for merge operation only. Because for dividing, there is no time complexity. We are just calculating the middle index. So it does not require any time for that. It requires only unit of one time. Therefore, there is no importance for the divide operation, but the importance is the merge operation in MEDSAT algorithm. It is the main contributor for its time complexity. So you need to understand how the merging operation is done. So let us focus on merging operation now. Assume that this is the first sorted list containing 2, 4, 5. I'm saying first sorted list, all the elements should be sorted. Okay, and this is second sorted list, all the elements are in sorted position. If they are not sorted, it means you cannot merge them. Okay, so these are the two sublists I want to merge. For that purpose, what I do is I will take a temporary array B with the size equal to the sum of elements of two sublists. So 6 elements are there, so I will take a array B with size 6. Okay, and then I will take 2 pointers. One points to the first half, and second pointer points to the second half, and the third pointer, a temporary pointer, points to B. Initially, it points to 0th index. Okay, now compare the first element of first half with the first element of second half. Okay, so 2 versus 3, which one is minimum? 2 is minimum. Therefore, copy that element 2 into the array B, and then from which array 2 is copied from this array. Therefore, move the pointer to the next element. What is it? 4. See, the pointer in the second half is same at 3. Because 2 is copied, we move the pointer from 2 to 4 here. Okay. So now again, compare 4 with 3. Which is minimum? 3 is minimum. So copy 3 to the array B. Now move the pointer from 3 to 7. Okay. But the pointer in the first list is at 4 again. Now compare these two, 4 versus 7. Okay. Which one is minimum? 4 is minimum. So copy 4 to this list and move the pointer from 4 to 5. Right. And the pointer in second list is still at 7. Compare 5 and 7. 5 is minimum. 5 is copied over here. And we move the pointer out of this list. So whenever a list is completed, that means there are no elements to compare. It means the merge operation is finished. And what you need to do is, there may be elements in the other list. Okay, you just copy those remaining elements 7 and 8 into the list B, that is array B. So you will get 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So what exactly it is done over here? We consider the elements from first list and elements from second list. We perform one element at a time from both the lists. When we copy the smallest element into the array B, and we move the pointer from where the element is copied to the next element, and we perform these steps until one of the lists are completed, and then we copy the remaining elements from the other list into the array B. So this is what merging operation is. Okay, so this merging operation is used a number of times in your MedSart algorithm, right? So have a look at this implementation now. What we are doing in merge operation is, we send the array and we also send low comma, mid comma, high. Low to mid is the first half, mid plus 1 to high is the second half. So I'm sending only low, mid, high to the array, but still you can manage low to mid as the first half, mid plus 1 to high as second half. Both the indexes are available for merging purpose. Okay, so I will calculate the number of elements first by using high minus low plus 1. This will return the number of elements in the array. So by using this n, I will create an array, a new array, temporary array B, using this new operation, new int of n. So B array is created with an element size. Okay, so I use pointers, indexes here. Left points to low index, right points to mid plus 1, and B index is 0. This is a temporary pointer pointing to the index B, this array B, initially 0. Okay, so this while loop ensures that one of the lists are completed. So while left less than or equal to mid and right less than or equal to high, what does that mean? Left is the index at leftmost pointer, and mid is the ending point of the first list. So while left is less than or equals to mid, it means that there are elements to compare in the first list. Okay, and this ensures that there are elements in the second half. What is this right? Right is pointing to mid plus 1, that is the first element of the second list, and high is the last index of the second list. If right is less than or equal to high, then this means that there are elements in the second list also. So this condition makes sure that the first half has elements and the second half also has elements. Okay, so when both the halves have elements, then we perform this comparison. What is it? If A of left is less than or equal to A of right, that means we are comparing the element pointed by left and pointed by right. If A of left is less than or equal to A of right, it means the element at A of left is minimum. So we copy that A of left into the array B. And also I'm performing, in parallel I'm performing B index plus plus, because B of 0 gets an element. So you increment this to 1 because next element will be copied at 1. So I'm doing it B index plus plus, and because a of left element is copied over here, I'm incrementing that left pointer left plus plus also. So it moves to the next element in first half. Otherwise, which means else here, that is a of right is smaller. So what we do, we copy that a of right into the array B, and also we perform this index plus plus right plus plus this time. Why right plus plus? Because the element at right is copied to the array B. Okay, so this is what we do until one of the lists are completed. Okay, so when one of the lists are completed, then we verify which list is completed. If left is less than or equals to mid, it means there are elements in the first list, right? Second list might have been completed. The first list is still having some elements. So we copy the remaining elements from first list into array B. Okay. And if this condition is satisfied, it means there are elements in the second list. Right less than or equals to high means second list is having some elements. Therefore, copy all the elements from the second list into the array B. So by using either this one or this one, only one of them will be performed, and the other gets failed here. Only one of them will be uh, true. Okay, so if this is true, it means second half is completed. If this is true, it means the first half is completed. We copy the remaining elements into array B. Okay, and after this step, you got the entire list into array B. We copy that entire list from B to A again to reflect back the sorted list in array A. Okay, and because B is a temporary array, we immediately remove that array B after merging operation, right? So this is how the merge operation is implemented. Okay, so now let us see the analysis part. As I said, the while analyzing the merge sort algorithm, the major focus will be on merge algorithm itself, because the contribution of time complexity is from the merge algorithm only. So you need to understand how many times the merge is called by your merge sort algorithm, and also what is the time required for each merge call there. Okay, so let us understand that. How many times the merge is called? Okay. So in level 0, there are n elements. How many times merge is called? Nothing. No calls are made to merge, but one call is made to merge sort. So this is showing all the uh, merge sort calls. In level 0, one call is made to merge sort algorithm. When they are split into two halves, merge sort is called here, and also merge sort is called here. So how many calls are made to merge sort? Two calls. And in level 2, this is again split into two halves. So merge sort is called is on this, merge sort is called on this. Again, this is split into two halves. Merge sort is called on this, merge sort is called on this. So how many times merge sort is called over level 2? 4 times. That is 2 square times. So if you complete like this, if you continue like this, uh, at the last level, you will have n calls, right? N calls are made. So what is the level that is going to be the last level that you need to understand? Listen carefully. You made n calls, n merge sort calls over here. So how do you get n here? In which level you will get n calls? See this, one call in level 0, two calls in level 1, two square calls in level 2. So in which level you will get n calls? It is going to be 2 power log n. Therefore, in level log n, what is 2 power log n? Log n base 2. 2 power log n base 2 is going to be n, right? So 2 power log n base 2 is going to be n. Therefore, this is going to be log n. The last level of the merge sort calls is log n. So you need to understand that log n levels are there in your merge sort algorithms. Okay. Now using this information, let us understand. Let us focus on our merge. So in level 0, how many calls are made to merge algorithm? 0 calls. no merging is required in level 0, right? In level 0 only merge sort is called. There is no merging required because there is only a single list of elements, right? In level 1, how many calls are made to merge? Okay, in level 1, first half is having n by 2 elements, second half is having n by 2 elements. So when you get this list sorted and this list sorted, you will apply a single merge call to sort these two halves. Okay, so in level 1 you require one merge call each sublist having n by 2 items in each half. Okay, so then what is the time required for this merging operation? How many calls are made? One call. How many halves are there? Two halves into uh, n by 2 elements in each half. So merge always uses two halves only. Two halves are there into each half is containing n by 2 elements. So what is the time complexity required here? Order of n time in level 1. Okay, so level 1 has order of n time. Similarly, in level 2, how many merge calls are required? Go back. How many merge calls are required in level 2? These two need to be merged, so one merge call, and these two need to be merged, that is second merge call. So how many merge calls are required in level 2? Two merges. Okay, so two calls to merge is required in level 2 with the n by 4 elements in each half, that is n by 2 square elements in each half. Okay, so how many calls are required? Two calls. Merge always uses two halves only, so 2 into n by 2 square. What is the time complexity here? Again, in level 2 also we require order of n time for merging. Okay, similarly if you look at level 3, again it's going to be 2 square calls in level 3, each containing n by 2 power cube elements in each list. Therefore 2 square into 2 into n by 2 cube, that is the time complexity required, which is nothing but again order of n time. Okay, if you look at this, in each level it is requiring order of n time except this level 0. So what is the last level in the algorithm? It is log n level. So log n level is also going to take how much time? Order of n time. You can calculate it is very easily. So it's going to be order of n time. Okay, so it is requiring order of n time in each level. How many such levels are there? Log n levels. Okay, so log n times you are doing this merge, log n levels are there, and in each level the time required by the algorithm is order of n. Therefore the total time required by the merge sort algorithm is number of levels into the time required in each level. Therefore it is log n into order of n, which is nothing but order of n log n. So the total time complexity required by merge sort algorithm in best case, average case, and worst case is n log n. Okay, so there is no difference because merge sort always divides the elements into two halves irrespective of whether they are already sorted or not. So there will be no change. We divide every list into two halves again and again until they are uh, divided into single element lists, right? So therefore, the best case, worst case, and average case time complexities of merge sort algorithm is going to be same. What is it? Big O of n log n. Okay, so this is analysis of merge sort algorithm. Of course, this is just an understanding of how it works and what is the time required by merge sort algorithm. We can actually compute this time complexity with the help of a recurrence relation also. Uh, I will show it during our offline teaching because it's not, maybe you won't understand that kind of solving recurrence relations part. So I'm just showing this to understand how this time complexity is generated. Okay, so anyhow we will compute this. We will what you can say, you can solve the recurrence relation of merge sort algorithm, the time complexity, to get to this time complexity big O of n log n also it is possible. I'll show that derivation part later. when you come back to your actual classwork. Okay. And coming to the advantages and disadvantages, the performance is always guaranteed in irrespective of how the elements are there. The time complexity is always going to be big O of n log n, irrespective of what kind of elements are present in your array. Okay, and this algorithm is best suitable for extremely large number of inputs. Okay, and there is one more thing I want to point out. Medsart is actually uh, an algorithm where it is applied when you have large number of input values are available. That is, for the smaller number of input values, insertion sort is the best algorithm, as I said in our previous session. For large number of input values, you can go with the Medsart algorithm up to this point, because there are other algorithms, more efficient algorithms than Medsart also. When we discuss about that algorithm, again we will discuss how Medsart mm, is not better than the other algorithms which are efficient in terms of time complexity, and also how to better the time complexity of big O of n log n for larger inputs also in our next session. Okay, so as of now, assume that Medsart is the better algorithm till now for large number of inputs. Of course, there are better algorithms than Medsart also. We'll discuss it later. And the disadvantages of Medsart algorithm is implementation is a bit difficult compared to the previous algorithms, and also it requires an additional memory storage. As you saw, we are using an additional memory B. The space complexity is more for Medsart algorithm. Okay, so that is another disadvantage, right? Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you understood the Medsart algorithm. I request all of you again to take an example, something like this, and try to practice the sorting procedure, drawing this levels of sorting over here. Try to practice this diagram, because this is the procedure, the Medsart procedure shown in one picture. So try to practice it, and also maybe you can go like this, write down the indexes over here, and also calculate the mid value at this arrows. Calculate like this: mid is equal to 0 plus 6 by 2, and then show it dividing at that mid into the first half, and after mid into the second half. So at each level, show that calculation of mid over these arrows. Okay, and the indexes, write down the indexes at each level of this division operation. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, like that. So you take your own example, you take any random input, and try to apply this Medsart algorithm, get to this final sorting list. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. When we come back, we will discuss about another important algorithm which is better than this Medsart, that is quicksort algorithm. Right.